Guys, hey, this is Sutra from the Emerald Hills, and we are here in beautiful, sunny White Forge, and we're doing a real quick prestige sword demo. Just want to show you what we have. So come on in a little closer. All right, so basic components are basically, this is the camp foam, the blue camp foam that you can find at Walmart. It's about 14 bucks a roll. I don't remember what the length and width is on those rolls, but this is pretty good stuff. It's not open cell, so it's really squishy but durable. And some people, I don't like buying the flat camp foam because that's open cell. This is the egg carton type, and this is the camp foam, sleeping roll. So there's that. The other foam we use, this is the EPE 2.5 foam that we sell out of the shop, $10 a stick. You get 2 short swords and a dagger, or whatever else to your heart's content. So we have this kind of foam, it's 2.5, and I will explain the special attributes of this foam, so don't panic. Let's see here, your cloth covers, so whatever fabric floats your boat, go for it. We've got both the blade and the pommel part. And then let's see here, and then this is carpet tape. This is, you can get at it's about $8 a roll at Lowe's. This is the Sure Tape brand. That's my favorite. What's really cool about this foam is that it's a double-sided fibrous tape. Let me show you. And it's gonna come in really handy at certain points. See that? It's double-sided. Really, it's got very sticky properties, very adhesive, very good stuff. This is packing tape that I recommend getting it at the dollar store. It's only $1 a roll versus paying $4 for a brand name roll. Good stuff as well. Very dependable. This is your sports tape, white or black. A little grody here. That's why going with black is better bet. That's what you use to wrap on your handle, make it look a lot cleaner once you're done. Let's see here, and then this is craft foam. This is what we use to wrap around the core to fill in that 2.5 diameter hole on the inside of the blade foam itself. This I also picked up at Dollar Tree. You can get a pack of, I believe it's maybe 25 sheets for $1. Good stuff. We'll implement that in the design. I know there's a lot of piece parts here, but it eventually makes a pretty decent weapon. It's a little complicated, but it's fun. This is the underlayment foam. It's the Blue Hawk, and I actually have one of these. You can get this for about $25 a roll, but it's huge. It's about 4 feet tall, and it's a kajillion yards. Let's see here. Measurement right there. So it's pretty awesome. Look at that. The most important, the most critical part of the sword design. This is graphite golf shaft. You can pick them up for free at golf stores if they have them to give. But if you can, that's the way to go. If not, we sell them for $2.50 a piece. We have them in different lengths, but I like to cut them down to specific lengths. And we're going to be making a short sword. Maximum length on that is 36 inches. So this cord here has been cut down to about 34 inches because we're giving it a breathing space of about 1.5 inches. So we got our graphite golf shaft. You can use different cores. I know that other people use bamboo. They also use graphite rods, the same stuff that you use in, it's called kite spar because you actually use them in kites. Different measurements, and we'll try to figure out some lengths for you guys so you can figure that out. See here. These are the sheets that you can pick up at the Dollar Tree, and they measure about 8 by 12. So 8 inches by 12 inches. And what we're doing with this foam is that we're actually building up the thickness of the shaft. And the reason why is because the shaft is a bit thinner than the interior diameter of that 2.5. And then there's a couple things in the rules where you need to have 1 inch. Alright, so basically the deal about this foam is that it's a 2.5 diameter, but the interior diameter is about 0.75 inches. So we have to build the inside, the core, but you also have to remember, and I don't know how people are actually going to measure this, but you have to have from the interior to the outside point, you have to have 1 inch of padding. So using that foam, that gives us that buffer. And then we're gonna start off with that. So we're gonna start building up the core. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take a little bit of sports tape, and I like to wrap it around the tip. and that's to kind of give it some buffering on the sharp edge to help keep it from damaging the inside of the blade foam and from poking out and actually hurting someone really bad. So now we've got this little safety buffer out of sports tape or whatever you use. There's different techniques. You can always look it up online. Alright, so now we're going to lay this piece of foam. We've already put a piece of tape on the inside edge to fix it to the core. We're going to take this, we're going to kind of give it a little bit of space here. Trying to line it up as much to the tip of the buffer. Safety tip. Don't have any technical terms for it just yet. And then we're actually going to roll it and tape it back down. And so what I like to do is actually put that piece of tape on the edge, because sometimes it's easier to have a second person helping, but if you don't have a second person, then you kind of have to figure out and make cool. You have to make up for that lack of help. So now we've fixed it here. So this is going to be the edge that ends up on the outside. We're just going to roll and just kind of apply, you know, pull, kind of tug on the core, roll. Make sure the tape doesn't come loose, because then we'll just kind of start everything over. And lift up and just rolling it, fixing the rest of the tape. And that's actually just the first step. And I also like to fix the tip with a little bit of extra tape, because this actually makes it easier to slide the core down, up the blade foam itself, and it kind of keeps this foam in place. And we just fold that tape over, and you got a tip. And then we're gonna take another sheet. We're actually going to roll it a little bit tighter, because remember, the golf shaft tapers, so you're gonna need, this is fine, but you're gonna need a little bit thinner thickness here. But one sheet of foam is perfectly fine. If you feel that you'd like to, you know, cut this in half or in a quarter or at an angle, it's okay. It's your technique. This is not the only way to build a sword. This is one of many. So we're going to do that same step of fixing a piece of foam to here, and then one more. And then we're actually putting it on the table. And we're fixing that just like we did with the first piece. And again, we're gonna actually roll a little tighter here. We've got this the inner shaft, the inner core now has built up foam. It's out of crafting noodle. So now we should be able to just slide. And voila. It keeps the core from jiggling inside. It also helps the core from destroying the inside of the foam, because sometimes when your sword gives out, more likely than not, it's breaking down from the inside. It's probably because there isn't enough. There's too much space inside. So it rattles around and it starts breaking the foam from the inside out. So now that that's done, we've got that done. We've got this little piece here. We'll line it up. We're actually going to do this little sandwich, this little blue mac double patty melt of yum. I've already got one pre-made, but basically it's 2 pieces of this blue can foam cut out in a 2.5 circle-ish. It's not a perfect circle, but it's close enough. And what I like to do is I like to take some carpet tape, lay a strip across, and then just sandwich it. And what's really cool, like I said, it's double-sided, so it keeps it both in place. And now what we're also going to do, this is a massive safety feature, is we're going to cut 2 strips out, because we're going to make a little X out of this tape at the tip. We're actually going to crisscross here at the tip. And the reason why is that in the case that that the core decides to break through, this right here is kind of a safety net, and it keeps it from breaking all the way through and poking someone in the gut. Again, this is just two pieces of blue cam foam 2.5, stuck it together with a piece. You can do 2 or 3, whatever makes you feel safer with your weapons, especially if you're a heavy stabber. So foam there, tape, and we're just gonna lay that on top, and voila, and that's it. Okay, so basically we just affixed the 2 layers of blue cam foam with a strip of carpet tape in between, and then 2 strips crisscross between the blue foam and the white foam. All right, and then we're just gonna keep that in place. We're gonna fix that with some packing tape. I'm just gonna go around a couple times. I told you that was sticky stuff. And this is preliminary taping down, just to keep that in place. But we're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep building on this. So now we got to build up this part, this back tip, that we can do. Again, craft foam, really inexpensive, just the way to go. Let's see here. So we're gonna do the same thing, kind of what we did with the inner build up of the shaft. Is we're gonna take a couple pieces of tape here. And then tape on table, tape onto inner core, and then just wrap and wrap and wrap. This right here, this is the same white foam, and just kind of give you some dimensions. Again, the core, the shaft itself, we measured it was about, we're building a 36-inch, we cut it down to about 34. That should give us enough space for this foam here. This is about 1/4 of an inch, or 1/2 an inch, I believe. So let's find out. Yeah, it's about 1/2 an inch. So that's an inch here, and then it's going to build up to another half inch down here. So we should be within the 36-inch specifications. And I wanted to show you that I usually just cut these down to about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Again, this is the 2.5. The interior diameter ranges between 0.5 and 0.75, so that's why you built this little padding here. Again, a little bit of tape there goes a long way from keeping it to get weird. So we'll just add a little bit of that. Because what happens is if you don't do that, and it's a tight fit, then this foam will cause that to roll up, and then you have to kind of undo everything. We had a third piece, because remember, this is a 2-piece. This is the third piece that goes on the bottom. And so what we're doing here is we're taking a little bit of carpet tape. I'm almost out. Again, you can get it at Lowe's for about $8-10 a roll. If you can get it online, even better. Again, I like to go with a crisscross of carpet tape at those points. And the reason why is in case somewhere down the road it decides to tip out, you've got this as a buffer. I've taken apart swords where it's broken, it's made a hole through this foam, the blue foam, but it hasn't punctured the tape. So the tape can come in really handy. Your friends, your enemies, your opponents, your tourney buddies, they will be very grateful for having a safety feature on your weapon. So crisscrossed, nice double pad. Again, it's very sticky. Voila. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did at the tip. Gonna roll that on into place. And there's that. And voila. Some people will torque tape these parts here so tight that they'll actually cause them to taper off. I don't like doing that too much. I'm just not good at it. So that's the truth. So I like to kind of shave it down four parts. Easy peasy. Okay. So we've already tapered off the ends here. And then now what I like to do is to fix the blade down to the core itself. So you want to torque wrap, you want to torque tape. There's so many sayings for it. I'm probably getting made fun of for it, but that's okay. And you basically just twist. You're applying a little bit of pressure. This is torque taping. Again, I'm not super awesome at it. That's why I had to shave the ends down a little bit. This keeps the blade nice, tight, secure lock down on the core itself. you know, so it'll keep it in place. We'll do the same here on the bottom part. And we're actually going to put it on the table because that's actually just easier. You're basically just trying to have gravity work for you. I just didn't want the camera on my face because it's like, ugh. And again, it's basically what you're doing is that you're taping it with a little bit of pressure when you're taping it so that it gets on there tighter, okay? Because if you do it too loose, it's going to be a lot of tape. All right, so we're picking it up and we're just kind of crisscrossing this down. Just give us a little bit of extra connection. Kind of trying to keep this fixed to the whole build. Voila, voila. I'm gonna crisscross the tape. It's all good. And again, you will find shortcuts on how to build your weapons. This is just one of the ways. This is what's going to prolong the longevity of your foam, is you're actually going to do 3 stripes of tape. And this is where it gets interesting. So you're going to start down here. We don't like the candy cane tape from the top or the bottom back up to the opposite end. We actually do, it's called an up and over. That's what I call it. So we're basically going to do this. What you're doing is that you're putting 3 stripes, 3 lengths of this packing tape. This is where the dollar store comes in really handy, because then you're able to go through a bunch of rolls of tape and not break the bank. Alright, so that's the first roll, first line of tape. And what you're doing is you're actually going to overlap this tape by about maybe 1/4 of an inch. And that is going to prolong the life of the foam. I've seen weapons last quite a while, and they have this little feature here. It just keeps it from falling apart a lot faster. I've heard people say that it's sorta, it doesn't 100% waterproof your weapon, but it helps. And it just kind of contains everything. Nice tight little package here. And then one more. And if you've done it right, then you'll actually have perfect width for that 3rd stripe, 3rd laydown. And I'm pretty sure you can't really see it in the video, but
everyone else is just dropping them.
So here we go. And now we have a fully taped blade. Okay, so there you go. Back in the day, this was a done weapon, but with the new rules where your sword has to be 2.5 inches on any strike legal surface, we're actually adding a 2nd step because this is a 2.5 piece of foam. Right now I'm just finishing up on fixing, kind of giving it little secure lockdowns, if you will, across the sword itself. So here at the tip, somewhere in the middle, and then I like to tape it back down. That's to keep the 3 stripes of tape that you put down from peeling up. And if you don't feel like you need to do that step, that's cool. Again, many different ways on how to build swords, so this is not the only way. Kind of torque wrapping it again. And voila. Alright, back in the day, like I was saying, this was a legal weapon, but it is not. You can't really say it is anymore. On a lot of parks it is, but in some situations it's not. So this right here is that Blue Hawk underlayment foam. And what it does is that it helps us build up this blade from a 2.5 to about a 2.6, 2.7. And the reason why is because there are some measuring tools out there that will any discrepancy when a foam striking edge is under the 2.5 or really close to being legal but is deemed illegal. This tries to kind of circumvent that situation and keeping your blade legal longer. So in this instance, typically what I like to do is I like to take some of that underlayment foam and I like to cut out about a 23-inch long piece, and it's actually about a 14-inch wide. So it's similar to this rectangle, so it'd be 23 inches long, 14 inches wide. and that gives you a nice, a good amount of foam buildup on your blade. So we're affixing, and we like to go up to the edge, to the very tip, tape it down here, and again we're going to do kind of like how we built up the foam on the inside core. Alright, so again we're going to go ahead and alright, so we're just going to roll it again, and you're going to end up with a nice built up striking edge. Like I said, the 23-inch will give you maximum coverage, but this foam is already 2.5, so it's already legal. This right here is going to be your most of your striking edge. I always recommend go the full length, but in this situation, it's still perfectly legal. So now we're just going to do one last step. We're just going to fix that foam down a little bit, and it just kind of tapers it off. See? And then I like to do it one more here. It's just to keep that foam from unraveling underneath the cover. Alright, so there we go. So now we're just putting the sword cover on. And okay. So we got that right here. Voila. You can also build up the handle with more foam, or you can leave. So you can use craft foam, you can use, I've seen more like bamboo cores, I've seen more, thicker PVC. So you can always look those up, they're really cool. There's a myriad of options. All right. So we're gonna do some black sports tape, and we're just gonna fix the slip cover. We're just gonna candy cane tape it down. Ta-da! It's a finished sword. Bam! Man, I had fun. I hope you had fun watching. We're gonna edit this bad boy and we're gonna make it look amazing. So, thanks for watching. I'm a little distracted because an assassination just happened right next to me.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, man.
I didn't have time to warn you, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk. You actually have to have an edge.
Oh, no.
Someone got hurt. Oh, man. You got a mosquito by your hand. On your wrist. Upper wrist. Someone twisted an ankle. That's not good. You ready? And picking up take two. First off, the most important thing is to learn how to use a roll of tape. Good thing we have editing capabilities. You notice this video is 5 minutes of me just trying to get the tape. So, tape. I know how to use tape. Alright, so we're going to do that here as well. So, and the tape is falling apart on me. Oh no.
Try it again.
Technical difficulties.
Take
folks.
3.
Take 5. Take 37.
Take 5,630,000.
And no, it's not. Yeah, I know, right? Trust me, it's okay. I know I'm there.
He's a professional.
I am. I'm a professional guy who doesn't know how to use a roll of tape.
You're good.
Your blade, your striking edge, and I brought the wrong length. Arrgh. We're going to learn how to use tape. And this is to show you guys that you can do this on your own, maybe. And get a little bit of lined up tape there. Excellent. We'll make this happen. And got a special string there from the shirt, so you know that I made this. And that's Amtgard, folks. All right.